Hi guys, it's Lily here. So today's video is on the pros and cons of antidepressants, and mainly this video point is to sort of see that they aren't just a miracle cure, but they are hard work and they're also amazing in their own way, but just to see that they aren't always the right choice, or maybe they are the right choice for you. It's kind of to help decide for you. Obviously, I'm not a doctor or anything, so if you need to talk to anyone about that sort of thing, the doctor is the best place to go, but this is just some self-help advice. So I am on sertraline. I have been on it for nearly 4 years now. Up until about 3 months ago, I was on 100mg, and now I'm on 150mg. About 2 years ago, I came off them cold turkey, and I'll talk a little bit about that later on. So the first pro is the fact that it pretty much saved my life. I was having anxiety every day. I wouldn't have met my boyfriend without them. I wouldn't probably be able to leave the house without them and have an everyday life. So even though there are probably less pros on this list, that outweighs all the cons for me personally. This might not outweigh the cons for you, or it might do. That's kind of your choice to make, but that they have changed my life forever. But with that is a con. Maybe addicted is the right word, but it's very unlikely I will come off them in the next couple of years, really. I think the only time I can think of when I would come off them is if or when I get pregnant. So that is the only time I can think of. So it is one of those things, not all antidepressants, but mine are very strong. So if you are looking to go on them, sometimes it can be sort of very long term. They say it is a short term sort of fix, but it's easy to get your body to rely on them. A lot of people are very skeptical of antidepressants, especially if they have never been on themselves. There's a lot of people that are anti them, or don't agree with them. So you kind of have to face that. Your family, your friends might be a bit like that. You don't need to tell people you're going on them. That's another thing. You don't have to. Obviously, if you are younger, you normally need a parent to be there as well. Personally, I had to pay a lot of money to go private. I'm in the UK, so I had to pay a lot of money to go private to even get myself on them, because I was 17 at the time, and honestly, even getting through 6 months was bad enough for me to even have to wait to get on them. The way they were described to me when I first went on them was sort of to bring you up to a level where you can start dealing with the core of your issues without having to deal with the constant anxiety, the constant depression, the constant issues that you might find to go on to these, tablets. So that kind of was really good to kind of get you back to a normal state. So maybe if I find I am naturally a anxious person, but if there was a reason or something that caused you to go like that, it can make you go back to a normal state, so you can try and sort out through those issues and then wean yourself off. The biggest thing I would say with them is and whenever people come up to me and go, oh, I'm thinking of going on antidepressants for this or that, sometimes it's not even a mental health issue, I say it gets a lot worse before it gets better. You will start having panic attacks. They take weeks to kick in usually. Obviously everyone's different. I got very ill over the first month because of the fact that it was changing my hormones, my emotions everywhere. They will make you a lot worse before you get better, so you have to sort of be able to deal with that. And that's what I think is I think in a way it's kind of a good thing, so it kind of discourages people that don't need them as much. If you really need them, then you'll be willing to go through that. Obviously with your doctor as well, if you are in a bad state and you do need antidepressants, they will also give you maybe other tablets, or hopefully give you sort of CBT. They will help you through this process. They also make you start lower and then go higher if you need to. With sort of the illness at first and sort of getting worse before it gets better, you also have to be willing to deal with the side effects as well. There are, as with any medication, there are side effects. So even long-term use. So if you use them for years and years and years, you can develop issues. Obviously, they always say on there that like 1 in 10,000, I'm just picking this off my head, might develop this life-threatening condition or something like that. That tends to, it can be anyone, you know, it could be anyone, but you've got to be willing. Like any tablet, you can get this with the pill, you can get it with, you know, any medication. You have to be willing with the fact that it could cause long-term issue, even though that is rare, and your doctor should keep on top of doing checks and stuff like that, and making sure you aren't prone to sort of certain things, like some people can't take certain tablets because of it. That with another point is, I can't take certain painkillers with it because of increased stomach ulcers. I know people that can't take migraine relief because of it. So you have to be aware of, you know, it's the pros and cons. Is this tablet worth it for you, or is something else more important to you? So some of the side effects that I find causing most people, I suffered from headaches at first. It has gone. It's just until your body gets used to it. Hopefully it doesn't stay too long term, but these things can do. At first I had ridiculously bad insomnia, and now I sleep way too much, but again, I don't know if that's me or the antidepressants, who knows. IBS, lack of feeling, they can make you very numb at times, more when you first start out on them rather than later. You might prefer that. Some people, it's a really tricky one because it's a horrible feeling just feeling nothing, but at times it's like it's better to feel nothing than feel crap. It can, a lot of people say this is one of the biggest things that either sides them on the side of antidepressants for them or not, and it is a bit of an adult issue, your limbo. I hopefully said that word right. I don't really talk about this stuff much, but it can either make you not want to do the deed at all, or it could make you better. So if you're normally when you are depressed, you normally don't like to do that sort of thing as much. Not everyone falls under that category, but some people do. So it's one of those things, it can either really improve it or it can stay the same. You know, you could be just back to normal, or it can really, you know, with the sort of lack of feeling thing, kind of kill that off in a way. So that's another pro and con for it. Booze. So alcohol, you're not really meant to take on them, and that's a big issue. I'm not going to tell you need to take alcohol. I'm a drinker myself. If you don't, that's awesome. For my tablets especially, they just knock out the symptoms. Do whatever your doctor advises you, but mine personally knock out the symptoms, and that makes me fine, because alcohol also makes my anxiety levels drop. It's not always best the next morning, but you need to weigh that pro and con out. The only thing is, I also got put on a tablet, I can't remember what it's called, but it was a type of tranquilizer basically at first, because they knew my anxiety would have gotten a lot worse before it got better. So the tranquilizer basically knocks you out. It's a ridiculously tiny medicine, and it's crazy what it can do, and it does advise you not to drink on it. And I looked up why, and a lot of people have passed away from that, because it's basically, you go into sleep, the alcohol will make you go into sleep, and then it can do that to you. So be very aware with that, things like that. I know a lot of tablets say don't drink on this. There's a reason why. There's a massive reason why, so please, please, please be careful, do some research. So the next one is, a lot of people take antidepressants because of pain, physical pain. It's a doctor's thing. They can also help with physical pain as well. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they cause more issues than the pain itself. Obviously that is a doctor's choice, not mine. But yeah, so if you're going on them for mental health reasons, but you also suffer from physical pain and stuff like that, it may help that. So that is a massive pro. Now I'm going to talk about the whole not taking them / coming off them cold turkey. So I came off them cold turkey, and there's been a lot of times where I've forgotten to renew them, forgotten to take them, and this is a massive con. So I think one day is normally alright. Normally the next day after that you kind of go, oh yeah, I don't feel right today. But I would say the 3-day is you're gonna come down with a massive, what's the word, Bladge? You're gonna come down with a massive withdrawal, and it will bump up your anxiety. It's kind of like when you first go on them and it makes it worse. It will make it 10 times worse. So if you are taking them, please don't forget. If you're going away, remember them. It's very important. And even though you think in your mindset, oh yeah, it's the tablets, they will still kill your mood. So very much massive con. You can't, I know some people that are like, oh, I think I should take them just for a bit of stage fright or going out to the pub and stuff like that. It doesn't really work like that. You don't just take a tablet and you're magically better. It's a long-term thing. They have to build up in your system. So obviously when it drops down, your system's like, where is my drugs? And that is a massive thing. So therefore, it is hard when you forget them. Cold turkey. No doctor would ever advise you to go off them cold turkey, but I have, and it was the worst decision of my life in that way. It probably wasn't the worst decision in my life, but it wasn't very good. I had massive panic attacks at the time. It made it 10 times worse. I came off them because I thought I wasn't myself. I felt like I was living a lie because I'm on antidepressants, and no one should feel like that, and you shouldn't feel like that if you do go on them. But for some reason in my head I was like, I'm living a lie because I'm only better because of my antidepressants, so I'm going to come off them. And then I realised that it's the worst idea ever, so don't do it. Don't do it. If you want to come off them, go to your doctor. They will wean them off them. So please don't go off them cold turkey. It's the worst thing ever. Anyway, I'm not going to stop rambling on. This is my pros and cons list of antidepressants. Please let me know what you think. Are you on them? Do you recommend them? Have I missed anything out at all? So please let me know in a comment down below. And also subscribe if you haven't already. I make mental health and art videos, and all my links will be down below. Okay, bye guys.